Hey gifted crafters, welcome back to my channel. If you're tuning in for the first time and you're wondering what this is all about, I host weekly live sessions and my name is Nancy with GiftsHQ. And on these weekly live sessions, I like to talk about all kinds of crafts, from sewing, knitting, crocheting, decoupage, and so much more. There are so many different crafts out there, and I just really enjoy sharing my tips and tricks and just sharing ideas with each other. So if that's your cup of tea, then come on in and let's join the fun. And if you'd like, you can please subscribe to the channel, because I host these weekly and I do some other tips and tricks that I like to share as well. So welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining. Again, my name is Nancy with GiftsHQ. Alrighty guys, I know that there's a lot of events going on out there, especially up north. I am in sunny Miami, Florida, and I know up north there's a lot of people that are attending some craft fairs. So I'm really excited to hear from a lot of people, to see all the gadgets that they got and hear all about their adventures. So I'm really hoping you guys have a great time. Now, before we get started, let me just do a quick technology check. If you can see me and hear me, please let me know in the chat. I just want to make sure that the audio and video is showing correctly. So let me just see who we have out there. Okay, I see Robin from Maryland. We have 1 minute tips from California. Crafting with Robin from Minnesota. We have Leslie, and let's see, I'm not sure if I caught everyone. We have Shirley, and thank you guys for joining so much. I really appreciate the time you take out of your day to spend with me. It is really appreciated. Okay, guys, last week we had a lot going on, and I just want to say before we get started, my thoughts and prayers are with all of the people that were impacted with Hurricane Ian. It was a monster storm. Us down here in Miami, Florida area, we got spared. A little bit north of us, there were some tornadoes that did hit. So a lot of people were impacted, and I really, really hope that, everyone just hold on to the hope and just, look to rebuild. It was a monster storm, so a lot of people were impacted, and I just really wanted to give my thoughts and prayers out to those people. Okay, let's see. I've got a couple of things that I want to show you for today. I know last week we talked about quilted embroidery, so if you didn't catch that session, just go back to our last video, because we talked about quilted embroidery, how you could use it, the different styles and designs that are out there, and we had a lot of fun with that. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and check out live 9. Now today's live I'm really excited about, because it is live number 10, and I can't believe that we are already on our 10th live. It's amazing. I feel like I just started yesterday, so it's so much fun. I'm really glad that I went ahead and jumped in and did this, because it's something that I truly enjoy. I really enjoy to do crafts, and now I get to share it with you guys. So I'm just really happy about that. Okay, so for this week, I do have a couple of things, and I want to focus on some crafts that you can make from all kinds of different types, like from sewing and embroidering, from just crafting. These are all types of crafts all mixed up together, and these are all things that you can get from the Dollar Tree. So super excited about that. Alrighty, I'm going to start just showing you all the items that I was able to pick up, and I did dabble on a couple of things, and I want to show you what I've made so far. So the first thing I'm going to show you is something that you can get, and this is just a baby hat. Very simple, very plain. They had all different colors. I picked up pink, and it's something that you look at and, well, some people really don't see much. I kind of see it as a blank canvas, and I'll tell you what I did with that. Now, for those of you with an embroidery machine, I have an SC1900. I was able to embroider a heart with a name on there. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a close-up. And it's just something that you can give as a gift. And some people can also hand embroider it. So you don't necessarily have to have a machine. You could hand embroider these things, and you can do all kinds of designs. You can do little squigglies on the edge of the cap. You know, it's just something that's just for a quick little gift. I thought it was really neat, and you can pick these up at the Dollar Tree, and they make really cute presents. So that's one thing that I wanted to share with you. Let's see. Let me just check the chat really quick. Let's see who we have. Oh, we have a few more people. If you have any questions, please go ahead and drop it in the chat. It looks like everyone can see me and hear me. Let's see. I want to just say hi to a couple more people. We have Leslie from Texas. Hello and welcome. Marlene, hi, how are you? I'm so glad you can join. Let's see. And I think we have a few more that have joined on. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so Robin, I know you're sending prayers to everyone. Thank you so much. And now there's 2 Robins out there that I just realized. So Robin 1, Robin 2. Oh boy. Thank you guys both for joining, and thank you for tuning in. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead again. If you have any questions, just drop it in the chat. My second craft that I have are something that, you know, for those of you that sell and have Etsy shops and things like that, this is something that you may be able to pick up and use. Now, these are just felt shapes, and these come 12 in a pack. And let me see if I can show this real quick. They're from the Crafter Square, and it's just plain. This one is the shape of a cat, and they're just felt. So what I did with that was, again, I just grabbed my embroidery machine and I embroidered a name, and I did 2 little eyes on the top. But now, what can you do with this? There's just so many things that you can, right? So you have this felt that you've now customized, and you can put all kinds of designs. It doesn't necessarily have to be a name, but you can use these to then put on frames to give it, if you want to put a piece of cloth on a frame and then put your felt on top, it gives it a little bit of depth. And you can create little sceneries on the frame itself to create the scene that you want to make, and then just have it almost look like a painting. So there's so many things that you can do with this. You can also put this and attach it to fabric. So let's go back to the little baby hat that I was making. Doesn't necessarily have to be a hat. You could also do it on a little blankie, on a little towel, and you can see how you just kind of change the entire look of the actual item. So you can create little scenes and little things with these felt items, and on top of that, you can customize them with either your embroidery machine, or if you have a glue gun and you have little embellishments that you can put on here, you could do that as well. It gives it a little bit of a dimension and some height, and it also gives you a little bit of an idea for you to be able to put together and kind of just customize it for anyone. So I thought these were pretty neat, and they're pretty affordable because they were 12 in a pack. So if you're selling something, you can get a pack of these and you can use them for multiple items, and you'll be able to, you know, save a little bit more money because they're 12 in a pack. So another one that I wanted to show you, it's kind of on the same lines, it's just a different shape. This one's in the shape of a ghost. So a lot of these things are little Halloween type items. So even if you want to just do it for your kids, you can do that as well. I went ahead and just did this. and it just says boo. So this is something that I can use now for any decorative item, and I'll give you some ideas on what you can put these on as well. So again, these also come 12 in a pack, and they are from Crafter's Square. So it's very economical. Now, one thing this does also have, there's you can barely see it, but it does have an eye, the eyes and the mouth that pop out. So I chose not to pop them out, so I kept them closed up, and then I embroidered the word boo on here, and I put my own little eyes. But it does have eyes, so if you want to pop them out, you'll have 2 circles on here with the eyes, and I think it has a little mouth down on the bottom. So you have the option to either pop them out and use them, or you can just leave it the way it is. So definitely something really cute that you can just put to, you know, it's a little embellishment that you can put on any decorative item. So I'm hoping that you guys like that. And just, these are all just ideas that you can take and use for when you're doing your projects. So let me see what the next item I have. Let's see. Oh, we have another felt type item, but this one is in the form of a craft kit. So this is a felt craft kit. It is by Crafter's Square. It does just come 1 in the pack, but it gives you a little bit more. So it's a little bit bigger. So it's kind of hard to fit the whole thing on here, but it is a little bit bigger. And then it comes with this little baggie that has other pieces. And if you can see the actual cat itself, they give you a picture of it. You could see that it comes with like little things that you can add on. So these are like little projects that you can do with your kids as well. So I have one here that I did take, and I just added the word treat to it. Now it's kind of small. I probably should have done it a little bit bigger, but I think that's something, you know, you can put it on your wall, you know, once you're done with it. And then here's the little baggie that it comes with. And I can just drop these here, and I'll show you, give you an idea of what it looks like. So it has a little hat that you can add on. You put that on the top. You can have the little eyes here. It's kind of hard to do it backwards because I'm sitting on the other side of the table, but that's okay. And then you have a little bow you can add on, and it has the little mouth. And then you have these little things for, I think it goes this. Okay, sorry about that. I think we had a little bit of a blip. Looks like we lost connection just for a second there, but I think we're back. If you can see me and hear me, please let me know in the chat. And I think we're back. Okay, okay, I see Robin says she can see me and hear me. Oh, awesome. Great. I think we had a little bit of a blip there. I don't know, the lights have been going a little bit crazy, but I think we were on and off there. But I think now we're back. Hopefully we won't have any more problems, but I'm not sure what the last thing was that you heard me say, but I think we were going over this felt cat, and I was just putting this together and letting you know that, you know, you have all of the space. They do give you a lot of space since this is a much bigger piece. And what you can do is you can do all kinds of things with either with embroidery. You can do hand embroidery, you can do machine embroidery, because felt is very easy to just put onto a hoop and then just float it on top. Or you can put, I don't think you'd want to put this in the hoop because you're probably going to get some hoop burn on there, but you can float it onto the hoop. You can do hand embroidery, and you can just totally go with crazy with embellishments on there. And this is a lot of fun for the kids. You know, I think they would really enjoy putting this together, and it would be a nice little decorative thing that you can hang on your home for the upcoming holiday. Okay, let me just look out on the comments here. Okay, Robin says that's neat. Okay, 1 minute tips. The cat is cute, but I would make the letters bigger. Yeah, I didn't make the letters the letters bigger. I thought I was going to, and then I kind of got distracted, and it looks like I forgot to make them bigger, so they ended up being small. But it's okay. I mean, this is just for me. Just, you know, I was just kind of playing around with it and seeing what kind of things you can do. But you can do all kinds of little designs, little squiggly lines, you know, anything that you like, you can put on here. So it just makes it something a little bit fun to do that you can do with your kids at home, or, you know, you can put them together and sell them if you like. So it's just something that, you know, is a lot of fun. Alrighty. So a lot of those are the felt. Give me 1 second. Today is just a day of a lot of stuff going on. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So there's a lot of felt shapes that I showed you, but one of the other things that I really wanted to show you was something that I was able to do using decorative mesh. And this was decorative mesh that I got at the dollar store. I used quite a bit of it off of this roll, so it looks a little small, but it does come with a lot. It actually has 5 yards of decorative mesh on here. I kind of want to take it out of the package so you can see this here. Here's the little packaging. Now, it's made by Crafter Square. It's a decorative mesh, and they have all kinds of colors on here. And you can see some of the colors they have this little shine to it. Others are a little more muted, but I can tell you what I got so excited about. These things, you can really make some beautiful things with these items. Now, these are, let's see, about 6 inches wide. So it's pretty wide. And like I said, it gives you 5 yards. So for $1.25 for 5 yards of decorative mesh really is not that bad. And there's a lot of things that you can do with this. So there's people that have made some beautiful wreaths with this stuff. And I'm going to give you an example of one that I put together. Now, it's not complete yet because I haven't added any of the embellishments on it. But I did want to just give you guys an idea of what it would look like. So let me just get it. Okay, I think we're back now. I guess technology is just not on our side today. Our internet seems to be going in and out. But I think you guys can hear me now. Oh, hi, Barbara. Thanks for joining. And thank you. Yes, I did make it out of Ian okay. Very scary for a lot of people. And, you know, thoughts and prayers again to everyone who's suffering from that storm. It was really a monster and is still impacting people out there. Now it's gone up north. So I'm not sure where it cut off, but I was showing the decorative mesh, and with the decorative mesh, you know, it was a pretty good deal. And they have so many different beautiful colors that are out there. They're starting to pull out all of the Christmas stuff now. So I saw a lot of the reds, a lot of the golds and whites. So I picked up a few of those, and I might do that on a future video. But I did like this color right here. It's got some of the browns, and it has like this little tinsel color of the gold on there that just makes it shimmer. And I thought that was pretty neat. So this is what I did, and I'm going to turn around and just show you the back of it. All this is a wreath that you can pick up from the Dollar Tree. So it's just one of these metal wreaths, And then all I did was I purchased these. These are tinsel stems. Now, I use tinsel stems. You don't have to use tinsel stems. You can also just use tie wraps. You know, whatever you can to get, you know, those tied together. So these again are from Crafter Square, and they come 45 pieces in the bag. And you can see I made this whole wreath, and I still have quite a few left. So one packet is more than enough to be able to just do the one wreath. And then all I did was I tied them together onto the middle wire here. Now, the way I did it was I took the decorative mesh and I just pulled it open and I measured about 30 inches. And I know 30 inches, you don't necessarily have to be 30 inches, but I just found that that was the size that I think looked pretty good because I wanted to have that real full effect when I was doing it. And then once I've stretched it out, then what I do is I just crunch it in, and then you just kind of crunch it together and then bring it over to this wire and then tie it. And I'll continue to do that over and over again until you fill up the entire wreath. Now, I believe that I went through maybe about 4 of these packs in order to do this wreath because I wanted it to be really full. But for $1.25, you really can't go bad. So I went and I finished it here, and now I'm ready to just start embellishing it. And there's so many things that you can use to embellish this thing. This thing really does, you know, have so many possibilities. I mean, you can go from just adding ribbon to it, to florals, to just little picks. There's so many things that you can do. You can also take, sometimes they have those wooden signs. You can take the signs and you can put that in the back so that they kind of just show and they'll pop out. You know, you can just make your own sign. You can just take a piece of paper with a drawing on it, maybe that you like, and put that in the center. Some people have even taken little stuffed animals like a gnome or anything like that and just stick that in the middle. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can do this. It's just really versatile. So it's really easy. It doesn't take a lot of time at all. This maybe took me about 20 minutes to do. So it's pretty quick. Now, here's just some of the picks that I have that, you know, you can also add. And these are, again, all from Dollar Tree. So I have some picks here with some flowers. You know, I can probably add on here. I also have picks that you can pick up from the Dollar Tree, and they come with these little wooden dowels. And you can kind of add those on here as well. You know, so I'm just placing them here, and, you know, I can take the dowel off and you can glue it onto the wreath, or you can just kind of poke it in and get it in there that way. So here's this is called, let's see, the Scarecrow Picks. And again, from Crafter Square. They have all different kinds. So this one has like a little bluish type hat, and the other one is orange. The one that I got here, these have little sunflowers on the hats. And then the ones that I got down here just have the little leaf with no sunflower. But again, you can even add more to this if you wanted to. So, you know, some people will put a little piece of fabric and make it like a little dress and then put that onto the wreath. There's just, again, ideas are endless on here. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so, you know, as you continue to just add on to your wreath, you can make this, you know, as embellished as you want. You can keep it really simple, or you can actually add more. I mean, it really depends on the look that you're trying to achieve. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do just yet, but, you know, I think that, you know, adding the flowers on here is going to make a big difference. So I like the kind of Thanksgiving type look, you know, the pretty oranges and stuff. I think you guys know that, you know, I'm a fan of those types of colors and things. So that's probably what I'm gonna do with this wreath, but I have so many picks that I have in my stash from all the other Dollar Tree hauls that I've done. So I've got plenty to pick from. So I'm just gonna use what I have to be able to put this wreath together. But also one of the things they have is the ribbon. You know, Dollar Tree has really nice ribbons that you can get. Now this one is just a plain black shimmer and doesn't really look that great on the camera. So let me try to open one up so you can see this a little better. So you can see it's sheer, and you can see it does have a little bit of a light design. But again, Halloween colors, so it's something that you can add on and doesn't have to necessarily be for the wreath. It could be for any decor that you're doing for Halloween. So the ribbons that they have at this Dollar Tree is really nice, and they have all kinds of colors, not just Halloween. They have the Thanksgiving colors and Christmas colors. So you can just, you know, take your pick. They also have these doorknob hangers that have these little bells. So if you're going to hang your wreath on the door and you want to have the little bell, you can add that to it. And it has a little ring that looks like it's covered with twine. So that's something that, you know, if you don't care for the twine, you can take the ribbons off. They're just, you know, I think they just did a little knot here, so it's easily, you know, removable. And then it has a little ribbon. And maybe you want to put a nicer ribbon, you can do that as well. Or you could even take the crafter square ribbon and just make your own ribbon from that. So many options that you can do, guys. This is just really a lot of stuff that you can take. Alrighty. So the few other things I want to show you, let me just stop and see if we have any questions. Let's see. Barbara says, so many great ideas. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Barbara. Okay, this is why I like Nancy's live stream. Thank you, 1 Minute Tips. 1 Minute Tips says, great ideas for inspiration. Thank you. Robin says the wreath is really pretty. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you like it. I enjoy sharing these tips with you guys because there's just so many things that you can make and you really don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, just in the wreath itself, I got about, I think it was four or five. I think I got an extra one of the mesh, and then the wreath itself is just $1. So just putting it plain like that with no embellishments, like $5, $6 tops, you know, with all that, the embellishments that you want on there. So it's just really a lot of things that you can make that doesn't cost a lot of money and will really look nice on any home. So one thing that I'm really excited to share with you guys is something that I was able to make. It's an in the hoop project, and I made this with Dollar Tree's faux leather. So if you guys haven't seen these are amazing. I picked up a bunch of these. They have them in a whole bunch of different colors. This one here is just black, but let me just show you what you get with this because I was pretty impressed. It is faux leather and it is 11.75 inches by 20. So it's pretty good, the amount that you get. You know, this is something that you can make so many projects with. You can sew things together with this. You can put this as part of your applique if you are doing embroidery. Now, I did a in the hoop project and I was able to make this cute little pouch, and I added a zipper to it, and it's just something that I can use. The inside doesn't have any lining because it is all felt, so you don't need any lining on here. And then all it is just a simple little pouch with the zipper where I can put all of my little knickknacks in there. And this was used with just one of these faux leather sheets. So for $1.25, I was able to make a little zipper pouch, and I thought it was pretty cute. Now, the in the hoop project that I made does also have a little leathery strap, but I chose not to add that on there since I knew I wasn't going to use it that way. I just wanted to put it, you know, in the drawer. So this is definitely an in the hoop project. I had a really fun time making this. The zipper is very easy to open. It's very plain. Now, what you can also do on these in the hoop projects is if I wanted to add a little extra design or maybe my name or, you know, just something a little extra, you could do that very easily on your embroidery machine. So this was a lot of fun. I did this on a 5x7 hoop and it was pretty easy. I think I was done maybe in about, I don't know, an hour because I was kind of double checking things. So I did make a second one. Now the second one that I did, I used cork. I'm not a fan of cork. I always struggled with sewing with cork. So I had some extra from an old project that I did. And I figured, you know, let me just try it again. And so I did do another in the hoop project, same exact one with the cork. Again, a lining inside. There's no lining. This is all cork. And I believe this cork fabric, I got it from Hobby Lobby. So this was not one that I got from the Dollar Tree. This was, but this one here was not. So this is the one actually that I prefer, which is the one that I got from the Dollar Tree. The cork fabric, again, it's just, I don't know, it's something about this fabric I'm just not a fan of. Just the feel of it, I'm just not sold on it. It's good and it works and it's stitched out fine, but I don't know, it's something about it. It just feels very light. I know that it is good and it will hold things, but I don't know what to tell you. I'm just not a fan of this type of fabric for me. I prefer to use the faux leather. It's more sturdier for me. You know, you can kind of feel the difference between the two. And I just think that the look of the faux leather is a lot nicer than the cork. So that's my preference. I mean, everyone has different preferences, but let me know what you think. Would you prefer the faux leather or do you prefer, you know, using the cork? I don't know. I've had struggles in the past using cork and sewing with cork. So, you know, let me know if you find cork easy to sew with. I struggle with it, but I want to know what you guys think. Maybe it's just something I'm not doing right. You know, let me know what's your experience with the cork. You know, give me some tips or some ideas for this, because, you know, I'm not too much of a fan about this, but I know that there's got to be something that you can do that works out better with cork. So let me just check the chat really quick. Let's see here. Oh, Annette. Hi, Annette. Thanks for joining. No problems for being late. I'm glad. Yes, we're glad that you're safe as well. Robin says, I love in the hoop projects. Yeah, Robin, I do too. I think it's a lot of fun. Now, my sister kind of struggles with the in the hoop. We kind of tried to do this one together and it was a blast doing it, you know, through over the phone and stuff with her. But we had a good time and we were able to, you know, end up with the product at the end. But it took a little longer doing it that way. Alrighty, let's see. We have Mixo. Hey, how are you? Thanks. I'm glad you liked the pouch. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Barbara says, really like making purses in the hoop products. Have sold several coin purses. Awesome, Barbara. That's great. And I know this is one using faux leather, you know, you won't spend that much money. And I really think this is something that you could sell. I mean, it's well made. It's an in the hoop project, so it was pretty easy. And the faux leather, it was only $1.25, and you know, you get a pretty decent size. So you can definitely do a few coin purses with this, or you can make these little pouches as well. So this is something that's really economical. So if you're going to be selling, you know, this is something you may want to check out at the dollar store. Okay, let's see. I think Barbara says, I think that both are good. People will like both. Yeah, I mean, the look of it is nice. I can tell you, just working through it itself, I'm just not a fan of the cork. I prefer to work with the faux leather. It was a lot more easier for me to work with. And I've done these in the past where I've made, it was like a little coin pouch type thing. And again, it was difficult. I also tried to do a little purse with cork, and it's just the material and getting it through that sewing machine that really I had a hard time with. And if you make a mistake and you kind of want to go back and you got to take out, you know, the threads, it just not that great of a look. Like, there's just something about it that I just had a hard time with. And the faux leather was just so much easier to work with. But, you know, I guess different fabrics, you know, work differently for people, and some are easier to sew and work with for some crafts while not on others. So, okay, Barbara says, that's nice to be able to do things with Jeanette over the phone on the internet. Wish I had sisters to do. Oh, yeah, Barbara, it was a lot of fun. We had a really great time. We laughed a lot, I could tell you that. And, you know, it's something that we were able to do together, and there'll be much more projects, although she's not a fan of in the hoops, but I think if I guide her the right way, she'll be fine. Alrighty. Crafting with Robin says, I got the faux leather, never thought to sew with it. Great Christmas idea. Yes, you can definitely make some really cute Christmas pouches to give away to some friends, you know, and little kids. You can make little purses. I mean, there's tons of in the hoop projects. So if you get the ones that are like the 5x7 hoop size, you can just make a ton of these. And they, you know, it comes pretty large where you can make a lot of projects with this. And then it doesn't even have to be embroidery projects. You know, you can sew with them. You can just make all kinds of sewing projects on your own. You don't have to have it in the hoop to be able to do a little pouch. You can just sew them and cut the pieces out and measure it and just put it through your machine, because the faux leather is very easy to work with, and you know, it doesn't damage your machine or anything. It's really great. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so definitely 1 minute tip says, great idea. I have to give it a try. Definitely. Nana, hi, how are you? You were watching Jeanette from last night and didn't notice the time, so you'll be playing catch up. No worries. I'm glad you can join us. Alrighty. Barbara says, yes, give her time and she'll get it. Yeah, I think so too. Just gotta, you know, give them that little bit of confidence. Alrighty. Oh, 1 minute tips. Don't forget to give Nancy a thumbs up. Yeah, guys, if you can hit that like button if you like the material, I really appreciate it. It does help the channel a lot. Thank you so much. Alrighty. Meek says, I lost my sister 2 years ago. Barbara, I'll be your sister. Oh, that's so sweet. Definitely, we'd love to do projects together, you know. So I'm really sorry that you lost your sister. I know, you know, my sister means the world to me. So, you know, don't worry, we're here for you, and, you know, just want to really be, you know, cognizant of that, because that's really special. You know, family is really, really close, and, you know, it's just nice to have someone there for you, and we'll be here for you. I'm here live every week, and I love to share my ideas and stuff. So hopefully we can do some fun things together. Alrighty, let's see. I've got a few more things to show you. So let's see. I'm going to do a quick time check, as I know that everyone is busy. It is Saturday. They've got those craft fairs going on. So I'm going to try to make this really quick. I just wanted to show you some of the things that I found that were in the Dollar Tree that were Christmas related, but they're things that, you know, if you're selling, you know, you're looking for gifts to make, you can do these as well. So this one here is just a little ornament that they have, and it's a gnome. And I know everyone is really big into the gnomes. So there's just a cute little ornament that you can do. And what you can do is probably either stitch your name, or if you have a Cricut machine, you know, you can take some vinyl, do a little design, maybe put their name on it, you know, and you can hang them as an ornament, or you can use this as something to embellish on another project that you have. So definitely some of the Christmas things are coming out, so you'll want to keep your eye out at the Dollar Tree. They also have This is like little reindeer. It's also just categorized as ornament. So on this one, it does have a little bit of a bow with some little berries on here. So it's got a little bit of embellishment on the bottom, but it's very plain on the top and gives you a lot of room to be able to put something. Again, with your, if you have a Cricut machine, you can do a heat transfer vinyl and just put something on here. You can put a name, you can put a design, or you can just embellish this. Or it also has, the antlers are made out of felt, so you can put something there. There's some space there for you to be able to play around and do some decorative work there. Or again, you can even put these on a wreath. So it, you know, there's just different ideas that you can get. One of the things that I saw that I think is going to be a pretty big hit, since these gnomes are so popular now, is they have gnome stockings. And guys, on these, definitely you can embroider names on the top. Now, doing things on the bottom is going to be difficult if you have a machine embroidery, but if you're doing hand embroidery, you know, you can kind of get in there and do it that way. But if you have a Cricut machine, you can do some heat transfer vinyl and just kind of put something here as well. So these are something that I think is going to be getting very popular this year. I did see them when they were putting this out, so she was just opening the box, so I was kind of getting the first pick at it. But I'm sure that these are going to fly off the shelves. So if you see them, you're probably going to want to pick up a few because they probably won't last. And I think it'll be really cute just to decorate your home with. So lots of things. You can even maybe put things on the beard if you like. So I mean, it's just some fun things that you can do. Now, this is something that I saw, and I think it's pretty interesting because I saw this in Hobby Lobby. Now, these are little gift box. They're gift boxes, but they're not boxes. They're kind of like a foam that's inside, and it looks like they wrapped the fabric around it. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but I'm gonna try to get this as close as I can. And I thought it was really cute. You know, one has just a twine, and then the other one has like a larger burlap ribbon that's tied around it, and then they have some embellishments on the top. Now, I saw these in Hobby Lobby at a bigger size. They were maybe about a 5-inch size, and they wanted like $30-something for it, which I thought was extremely pricey. They were very pretty, and they had some beautiful ones. But you know what? I saw these in Dollar Tree, and I'm like, you know, I bet you people are going to start taking these and making them themselves. You really don't need much other than foam inside or some type of box, or you can just take any box, and you can use wrapping paper to do it, or you could use fabric. You know, this one has the fabric, and it has that burlap ribbon and then some embellishments on the top. This would look really nice on a mantle somewhere if you get all different ones, and you can decorate them in different colors, or have maybe a piece of wood and you can kind of set them on the wood with some garland on the bottom. It would look really pretty, and it could make a very pretty centerpiece. But this is just a smaller version of it from the Dollar Tree. So these are much smaller blocks. But like I said, I did see them in Hobby Lobby, and they were a lot more expensive. They were a little bit bigger, but they had some really pretty ones, just that they were very pricey. And this is definitely something that you guys can do on your own. This is not something I would personally pay $35 for, you know, in a larger size, knowing that I can just come home, grab a box and some fabric, and then just kind of put it together myself. Now, this one has a little bit of those pine cones on here, and they're like miniature pine cones, but you can do this as a bigger box, you know, or you can just put these as a decoration for under the tree, or you can have them as a centerpiece. I mean, on a mantle, if you have a fireplace. So many ideas that you can make with these, and I think these are going to be one of the big hits because Hobby Lobby had them, and they were kind of flying off the shelves because people were buying them up. But I did think that they were pricey, and when I saw this at the dollar store, you know, I knew, I'm like, wow, this is just a miniature version of it, and it's only $1.25. And I can even make this at home with very little fabric. You can maybe even use the faux leather if you wanted to do something a little bit fancier. So many things that you can create with this stuff. So, you know, guys, keep on the lookout for these, because I think that these are going to be a pretty big hit. Okay, let me just check really quick. Oh boy, a lot of comments on here. Let's see. 1 Minute Tip says, Miss Nancy, you are overloading me with Dollar Tree ideas. Great. I'm glad, because that was the point. I really wanted to show you guys so many things that you can get at the Dollar Tree, and so many ideas that, you know, when I go in there, you have to have that open mind when you go into the Dollar Tree. You don't just go in there and see a decor and say, oh, cute decor. You got to think of it like, oh, you see something, what could I possibly do with this? And this could be for any blank. It doesn't have to be a decorative type item. You know, you can get other things like something else that I'm going to show you. This is just a placemat. Just a plain old placemat. It's got the buffalo check, which is pretty cool. And then on the back side, it's just plain black. But when I look at this and I say, oh, this is a blank canvas for me. You know, there's so many things I can do with this. Guess what, guys? You can sew this and make a little zippered pouch. Okay, if you take this and you add a zipper on the top, you can get a nice little zipper pouch. You can use, if you can take 2 of these and you sew 2 of them together, you can put these underneath your sewing machine. And you can even add pockets to it. So you can kind of make one like this. And if I had another one, you know, these would be the pockets for it. So there's a ton of things. And all it is a placemat. But there's so many things that you can do with this. You can embroider something on there and make it really fancy. Something that you can put on your table. You can add they have those little ruffle things or those little embellishments on the edge, and just add things to the edges of it. That'll make it pop. You know, again, I can go on and on and on with different ideas on this stuff, because there's just so much that you can do. But when you go to the dollar store, that's how you have to think of it. You have to think of, you know, what is it that you want to get done? Have that idea in your head, and then just go around the Dollar Tree, and don't just look at decorative items. Look at all kinds of stuff, because sometimes things like this, you know, you can use later on or in the project that you're working on, and you don't even realize, hey, yeah, I could make a purse with this. I can make, you know, so many different things. So you got to look at it that way. Don't just look at it as, you know, I'm just going to pick up a couple of little decorative things for Christmas, because it's not just these little things that you'll find. You'll find so many other things that you can make that are even larger, and there's things that you weren't even expecting. Like one of the things that I use a lot when I'm doing templates for sewing, they have those plastic cutting mats. So when I'm doing a template and I want to sew something and I'm figuring it out, I'll do the template on paper, and then I'll get one of those plastic cutting mats and I'll trace it, and then I'll cut it out. And now that template is good for a long time, and I can reuse it over and over again. And, you know, it will last. And it's a lot easier to work with these acrylic type templates than it is to work with the paper ones, because the paper ones, you know, they fold and, you know, they go bad. They don't last as long. And the other ones really last. So I pick up a whole bunch of those, and I do have them stored because I use them all the time when I'm bringing up new projects and putting new templates together. So that's definitely something that, you know, you'll want to look at. Okay, Annette says, Nancy, I love that idea. Thank you. Nana says, great ideas, thinking outside the box. Always have to think outside the box. Alrighty, 1 Minute Tip says, true, it's all about the perspective. Does the ideas like these really help? Oh, I'm glad. And Annette says, raining here today. I'll have to check it out. Definitely, Annette, try to get out there, because you'll really be surprised with the things that you find. Now, some of the other things I found, I'm just going to show you real quick, because this is something that, you know, I found them there. They're just, what do they call them? They're calling them ribbed floor mats. They're just floor mats, plain floor mats, white canvas for me. You know, it's something that I can definitely do stuff with. You can flip it over. This one has like a little rougher side. It's kind of grayish, but hey, I can get my Cricut machine. I can put something on here in vinyl. You can get some templates, put them down with some spray paint cans and spray on, and then take the template off and you're left with the design. You can do so many things with this. So again, another blank canvas that I see them and I just pick them up. Not sure what I'm going to do with it just yet, but I know that there's some point, I'm going to find something that I can do with it. So why not pick it up when I see it there? Some of the other things that I saw that was like for Thanksgiving is, here's this little pumpkin. And if you can see right now, look, I just put the little pumpkin on top of the mat. And right now, I just made a cute little design right there. Just two little pieces that I put together. You can then embroider on it. You can put some vinyl, some sayings, hand embroidery, so many things that you can add to it. Cute little item just right here. So check it out. There's all kinds of other felt craft kits that you can get. Here's one with just the little owls, very similar to the cat. This is just the owl one. And this one has a ton of space for you to add any kind of designs. And then some of the other ones that I picked up just to kind of hang around the house. They have this little Dracula thingy here. These are felt and they have these little things that hold them together. So I thought this was pretty cute. Again, lots of blank spaces here. You can add all kinds of things. And then they had the mummy. And the mummy is here. And I thought that one was cute as well. So a lot of little things that you can pick up at the dollar store, and make incredible crafts with them. So if you guys go out to the dollar store, share some of those pictures with me. Let me know. Let me know what you've put together. Let me know, how, if it was difficult, your little process, what you did. I'd be really interested in knowing. And if you want, just, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, please go ahead and do so. We share a lot of those tips and tricks and pictures and anything that I put together, I like to post out there. So it's definitely something that, you guys will be able to enjoy. And I hope you guys become a part of that group. Awesome. Okay, let me see if I missed anything here. I think I got everything. I know the trivia questions, you guys, I forgot to touch upon that. You guys seem to be enjoying those. I'm glad that you're able to participate. The answers for those, in case you guys missed them, it was needle felting, the color orange, the third one was canvas, and the fourth was the hand wheel, or sometimes called the balance wheel. So had a lot of fun with those. I still see we have a clear winner in the person that gets the most answers to those. And Robin Shiver, I think you're holding that title, and let's see if you can continue to hold it, because we've got some more coming to you soon. So guys, thank you so much for joining. I truly appreciate your support. Again, if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We hit over 700 subscribers this month, and I'm really excited because we're on our way to hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. At least that's my hope, and we have that goal out there, so I'm really hoping we achieve that. And I hope you guys enjoyed all the different crafts and tips that I was able to share with you today. So thank you again for joining, and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye.